everybody. In this video, we are going to present a topic called British Museum Problem. I will start with background of British Museum first, followed by how it was built into what it becomes today.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Nur Shazrina binti Sapri. Today, I want to share the story about British Museum.
Greetings to the viewers and to everybody and even my group mate. I am Julia Carmila binti Rizal Anwar, one of the group members of this presentation group.
Hi, it's fun to hear topic for today. I have read about the museum too. What do you know about the museum, Shazrina?
British Museum, and why I choose British Museum for my topics today. The British Museum is a public institution dedicated to human history, art and culture. It was the first public national museum in the world. Right. Next, it is a permanent collection of some X million works. Is among the largest and most comprehensive in existence. The British Museum that it was established in 1753 and based on the collection of the Irish physicist and scientist Sir Hans Sloane. How about you, Adina and Julia? Do you know about British Museum?
Lots of the items in the museum were legally acquired and are actually undisputed, like a 2,000 years old Roman vase that was sold to the British Museum by a duke in 1945. The problem is with the items that are disputed, like the first item that you see as soon as you walk into the main entrance on the ground level, which is Rosetta Stone, taken by British troops from the French in what we call now Egypt. Or further in, the Parthenon sculptures, removed from the Acropolis in Athens by a British lord that sent to the British Museum.
What I have read is, this legacy is bigger than the Benin Bronze. There are hundreds of similarly contest objects in the British Museum with their rich histories and with original owners still trying to retrieve them like admonition rolls from China. The problem is even bigger than the British Museum. It's a legacy of centuries of colonial power that repeats itself again and again with different artifacts in different museums. These requests are not just about items, they are also about cultural and historical identities and who gets to own it.
Do you know why I choose British Museum for my topics today? I choose the British Museum for my topic today because the British Museum, it was expansion over the following 215 years and was larger a result of expanding British colonizations and has resulted in the creation of several branches. I hope I can go or travel to the British Museum with my friends, especially Wardina and Julia, because we share the same story about British Museum.
What exactly makes the Benin bronzes are the most contentious items in the collection of British Museum? This is why. The Benin bronzes are kind of hard to categorize because they include such a huge range of items from engraved ivory tusk to brass sculpture to plaques. So, the history behind Benin bronzes, they were produced starting 1500s in the Kingdom of Benin in present-day Nigeria, to tell their history, narration histories of kingship of the kingdom, their political and social life. They are, we could simplify, they are actually a visual archives for a kingdom that did not develop written script. 1897, this wealthy and industrious kingdom lose thousands of their cultural pieces through what was called the Benin disaster, caused by uncomplied Britain's trade demands. A mission called the Benin Punitive Expedition embarked in response to Benin Guards killed 7 British emissaries, guides, and servants. 1,200 British troops were armed with machine guns, conquered the whole city and burned it to the ground, but not before carefully taking thousands of artifacts, piled them up neatly, and even photographed them. And actually, in one of those photographs, they even labeled them as loot. And after hundreds of years, the once prosperous kingdom was gone. In 1916, Nigeria gained independence, but their historical artifacts were still spread all over the world, locked up in Western institutions like the Leipzig Museum of Ethnology in Germany, or the Quai Branly in Paris, and of course, the British Museum. In March 2000, the Benin royal family have tried, or they did try, to change that. They officially requested all the cultural properties that were illegally taken to be returned to the rightful owner. But for the most part, British Museum has ignored any request.
Next, I also have read refusal of returning items that belong to the original owners and countries shown by British Museum, provided the Next, I also have read refusal of returning items that belongs to the original owners and countries shown by British Museum, provided that the colonial power of themselves still lingering around them. For the most part, the British Museum has ignored any request presented by any countries asking for their treasure back. Instead, come out with a statement. We do not restitute, but we are absolutely committed to lending as widely as possible. The Museum Foundation will reside in the breadth, scale, complexity, and unity, and such is a true library of the world. Even though restricted by government, actually that prevent it from returning objects. Voice need to be heard. Thank you all. I hope we can study about this again.